Hi friends, here we are discussing contract of indemnity and contract of guarantee for your examination JAB. It includes paper 3 legal and regulatory aspects of banking, in which module D and module B both contain these two topics. So here we are going to start the video contract of indemnity. So what is all about the contract of indemnity? Here the contract of indemnity says that contract by which one party promises to save the other from loss likely to be caused to him. The best example for the contract of indemnity, just take an example of the insurance company. What they are doing, they are protecting our life. Either we can say it's a property, a car, or medical insurance, etc., etc. They are covering all the things. What the contract between the insurance agency and the customer, that is all about the contract of indemnity. These all the topics, just remember or understand by the real time examples. Then only you can answer the topics while they are asking the JAB paper 3. So here there are two parties are there. And in insurance company point of view, there are two parties. One is the insurance company and the other is the customer. That means what? One is promising that we will compensate the loss. That means one is a promiser. That means promiser. Otherwise we are called the indemnifier. That is called the insurance company. Compensate the loss to whom? The customer. That means promisee. Who is protected? Customer is protected. While we are taking a insurance of a life insurance or a vehicle insurance, what happened actually? Anything happens, any in between any thing happens, unfortunately, who will compensate? The insurance company will compensate. So that agreement is in between is called the contract of indemnity. So here the two major words are there. Indemnifier, that means who is compensating. To whom is compensating? That is called the indemnity holder or indemnified. So otherwise promiser or promisee. So these two words are very important as part of the contract of indemnity, because the question I told you already, there are three pattern of question JAB. One is half mark question, other is 1 mark question, other is third is 2 marks question. So if we are studying a peripheral study, we can attempt half mark question very easily. That is why I told you, just remember these words like indemnifier, indemnity holder, likewise. Okay, in 2 marks question they will ask majority of case type, their example. With the example they will say. So we have to go through the the particular chapter or the topic, have to understand what is all the things in built. So we will go through that. So contract of indemnity is, they are having promisee to recover the promiser respect of matters to which the promiser to indemnify applies. Here one word is there. Indemnify applies means while just to take an example of vehicle insurance or a life insurance or a medical insurance, there are some sort of applicability is there, applies, there are conditions, there are so many conditions applies. So these all the condition is mentioned in the contract, we can sue. Otherwise we can compensate, they will compensate, the insurance company will compensate for that. That means all damages which is included in the indemnity applies. Indemnity applies, that we can, all damages we can sue. All cost, that is also compelled to pay in any suit. And all sum, that is also do not contradict to indemnity. That means that should be in the contract. That should be that all the terms and conditions should be in the contract. Then only we can compensate the thing. That means all damages, all cost, all sum, etc. we can do. And the one more point is there, the indemnity contract is also two types, like our Indian Contract Act, like expressed and implied, both are there. But in terms of indemnity contract, most probably 90% of contract should be expressed, and then only we can cover, because that should be in a agreemental format, that should be in a written format. So does not seems to cover the case of implied indemnity. Sometimes we cannot cover the implied indemnity, only the express indemnity we can cover the maximum things. So these are about the contract of indemnity. So make sure these two words, indemnifier and the indemnity holder, and these things, all damages and all cost, all sums, everything will be covered only when it is mentioned in the terms and conditions. Then the third point is the two types are there, expressed and implied. So the question, two marks question we can ask from this area, like when while they are giving a case format, the sense in a particular person A and B between indemnity they are applied, if they can cover all damages or cost etc., they will ask. Okay, so second is contract of guarantee. Contract of guarantee, here we can say there are three persons are there: principal, debtor, creditor and the guarantor, that means the surety. There are three persons are there. Apart from the contract of indemnity, we can say three persons. That means what? That means principal, debtor and a creditor. That means the main agreement or the main contract is between the principal, debtor and a creditor. That means I will say with the example, suppose person, this is A and this is B. A is saying to B, like sell me the goods as credit, for credit. So B saying like I don't know you actually, so I need a guarantee from a third party. So we can say it's a surety as bank. Suppose bank is giving a guarantee, I will give you the goods for credit. So A is approach the bank and give me the guarantee. Suppose A is a customer of a bank. So C will give, that means the bank will give a guarantee to the guarantee to B, says that you just give the goods to A. If A is not paying, I will give you the money. That is the contract is happening in between. That means the main contract is happening between A and B. That is the principal contract is happening between the A and B. And here the secondary contract is happening between the surety and the creditor. That means if A is not paying, only when the surety has to pay. So the principal contract is between the principal debt, that is why it's called the principal debtor. That is the primary obligation is for whom? For A. That means the principal debtor is the primary obligation. This is only a secondary obligation. This one, the surety and the creditor is a secondary obligation. And here a principal debtor and a surety, that one more contract is happening in between. That means if A is not paying, surety has to pay. So that amount the bank has to recover from principal debtor. So that is a way here three contract is happening in between the contract of guarantee. So likewise we said contract of guarantee is a contract to perform the promissory or discharge the liability of a third person in case of latter's default. Any default is happening only when the surety has to pay. That's all. So the three words are there: surety, principal debtor and creditor etc. are the major parties on this guarantee. And the second is contract of guarantee. These are the things, these are the features of a contract of guarantee. That means if anything happens to the principal debtor or a creditor or a surety, what will happen to the contract? That is explaining in this. So it should be should be consideration. So surety, the bank is giving the sufficient consideration to the surety for giving this guarantee. That means bank is giving a guarantee to whom? Creditor. That means bank should get a sufficient consideration from the principal debtor. Then only he will give the guarantee like that. So consideration should be there in that contract. Then liability of the surety. Liability of the surety means if anything happens, if principal debtor is not paying the amount, who is the liability? The surety should be the liability for that paying that money. That means that the co-extensive with that particular contract. Then continuing guarantee means if anything happens to the there are two types of guarantees: there specific guarantee and continuing guarantee. Specific guarantee means for a particular action only they are giving the guarantee, is called a specific guarantee. Continuing guarantee means series of action. If series of action happening, it's called the continuous guarantee. Suppose then a fourth point is a death of surety. Suppose a death of surety happens. In case of bank, it is not going to happen, but a particular person is there instead of bank giving surety. Surety, suppose the death of surety happened, guarantee ends from that date itself. But in the case of bank, that definitely will be a continuing guarantee will be there. In case of bank, the bank are continuing guarantees providing. So next, variance in terms of contract. That means all the terms and conditions in between the contract is very important. Any change or modification without the surety's consent, the terms of the contract guaranteed by him, the principal, debtor and the creditor discharge the surety as the transaction subsequent to the variance. That means the principal, debtor and the creditor, in between any changes happen in the contract, the same way, the same wavelength, the surety and the surety and the creditor, surety and the principal, debtor, the agreement is also dies. The agreement also will change. So there should be no change without the consent of the surety. Next is discharge of principal debtor. Principal debtor itself is removing or revoking from that particular guarantor. There is no point of surety on that. So surety will be discharged when the principal debtor is turned back. Next is the forbearance to sue. That means forbearance on the part of the creditor to sue principal debtor to enforce any other remedy against him. Does not discharge the surety unless the parties has to agree with such discharge. That means the surety should be there unless the parties has agreed for the such discharge. Surety won't turn back from that agreement. Then next is the security. Sometimes in a bank itself, you can say sometimes collateral security will accept in terms of guarantee. How we will suppose even a customer is a principal debtor is a customer of bank, even though maybe the bank will take a collateral security because in the terms of consideration they will accept the security, collateral security will accept in terms of consideration. So that is all the last point in this contract of guarantee. So these are the points. Please make sure that when any changes happen to the any agreement in between, the three parties are there, 3 points are there. So any changes happen the same way the change happen to the other contract also. So death of principal debtor, forbearance to sue, security, variance in terms of contract, consideration, liability of the surety, continuing guarantee, death of security, any changes in any terms or any things, that is also affect the contract of guarantee. So these are about the contract of guarantee. And a major difference between, just make sure that what is the major difference between the contract of indemnity and contract of guarantee. What is a major difference? It refers to reimbursement of loss. We are talking about the indemnity is terms of loss, but here security to creditor. If anything happens, a bank will pay, that means security will pay the money to the creditor. So here any loss is happen only when the contract of indemnity appear. It explains the terms of 124 of Indian Contract Act. Here is 126 of Indian Contract Act. There are two differences there. 124 Indian Contract, here 126. Here, like we said, indemnifier and indemnified or indemnity holder, two parties are there, but here 3 parties are there. Only one contract is happening between these two persons, but here 3 parties are there, so 3 contractors forming here. Then it's a primary liability. Here is a secondary liability. Why here is a secondary liability? Only when the principal debtor is not paying, then only the surety part is coming. So that is a secondary liability, guarantee in terms of guarantee. But here it's a primary liability. A loss happens, no other way. The consent, everything, the terms and conditions is there. The company or a particular person have to compensate the thing. So this is a major difference between the indemnity and the guarantee. So if you like this video, please do subscribe and like and share. I will upload these types of video in future also. So this time you definitely crack the JIB examination without any doubt. Just go through 2-3 videos every day, and definitely within a month you can crack the examination. Thank you so much.